Now on the show, we've got Geoff Dennis. He's with us, independent emerging markets commentator, as well as Peter McGuire, CEO XM Australia. Good to have you both on board. Peter, I'm going to begin with you. What a dramatic fall we've seen in the cryptocurrency or in the Bitcoin, $30,000 at one point, a pullback of more than 30%. And as Nikunj was just alluding to, is this just a political reminder, rather a polite reminder that this cannot be the mainstay, will not take over the sovereign currency? What have you made of the utter volatility?
Well, I'm taking a deep breath because it demonstrates to me a number of things. First off, how violent markets are, and that's a demonstration to everyone that doesn't actually, may not have traded across all markets. You know, what gold's done in over the last 40 years, those big washouts, silver. I just a couple of them spring to mind, you know, the British pound. So it's a bit of a wake-up call, and it's a wonderful lesson, and there's nothing like a refresher from an economics lesson. The second part is maybe a lot of that smart money is really washed out. You know, when you listen to Tesla and you listen to Elon Musk, and he captured a lot of, I think, interest over the last matter of months regarding Bitcoin. Eventually the hot air runs out, and possibly that was just the correction it needed. It's very hard to understand what transpired, but all I'll say is this. There's a lot of winners that bought in low, and there's a lot of people that probably sold out that the profit's gone now.
Geoff, massive debate with respect to investing in cryptocurrencies or not, because a lot of people do own crypto. There's a lot of people who have it in their pockets. Which side of the fence are you on, especially when you see these wild gyrations play out like this?
I'm definitely on the skeptical side of the fence about the whole idea of cryptocurrencies, and I have been all the way along the line. I mean, that doesn't mean to say I'm pleased to see what's happened here. But I think, as your other speaker said, I think, or putting it another way, I think what this sell-off is telling us is that the real bubble of all the bubbles that we allegedly have in financial asset prices, the biggest bubble has been in Bitcoin. Obviously, there have been some concerns about to what extent U.S. stocks are in a bubble, and in particular perhaps tech stocks. But this sell-off here in frankly an asset where a lot of people didn't understand what the asset stood for. A lot of people didn't want to be involved in the asset. This sell-off is really telling you where the real bubble was. And I'm not worried particularly that this is going to spread, dramatically into equities more than it's done already, because it's such a unique asset, Bitcoin. And I'm sure it'll go back up for a period of time anyway. But I think, as your speaker said, it's a wake-up call for all those people who just thought this was going to be a one-way bet. I remain a deep skeptic about the whole idea of cryptocurrencies.
Fantastic. Great getting your views this morning on that wild ride that we saw overnight. Thanks so much for joining us on really what perhaps the future is when it comes to this particular